We've got Sean on the line. Hey there, Sean. What is your question this evening?
Hey, Sean.
Hey, just wondering, what's the rule? Let's say, I go downtown and tie one on and then decide to go sleep it off in my car, and then you get that tap on the window.
Right.
As far as keys in the ignition, not in the ignition, I've heard, different things about that.
Yeah, and Sean, that is a wonderful question,
Yeah.
And John, I've heard many different things, and I don't know the answer. You will, but I've heard if you're in control of the vehicle, like if you're just like Sean said, if your keys are in the ignition, or if your keys are in the front seat, or if the car's running, or whatever. So what
Right.
is the standard for looking at something like that?
Okay, I'm going to tell you what the law is, and then I'm going to tell you what common sense dictates, which
Right.
is usually manifest in a jury trial. The law is if you have actual physical control, irrelevant if the keys are in the ignition, or if you're sleeping in the back and you threw the keys out. Yeah, I mean, you can get into the weeds and all that. When I'm trying a case like that, and I've had a few, I don't argue any of that. My argument is the standard is that somebody has to be under the influence of alcohol to the extent that they are a danger. And what safer thing can somebody do? You don't have to speculate whether they're dangerous or not, because they said, I'm not driving. And juries, they understand that. And I've not had someone get convicted in front of a jury on those kind of facts.
Wow.
And John, you were breaking up just a little bit in the first part of your answer. So does it really matter where the keys are? If you put the keys in the trunk or if they're in your pocket, does the positioning of the keys make a difference with the law?
It can, as a legal issue. My experience is it's not a good issue to argue. I wouldn't dignify that issue to a jury. My argument to a jury would be that my client was doing exactly what we would want any of our loved ones or children to do, is to not drive. If you've got no safe place to go and you're sleeping it off, then that's better than trying to get back home or walk somewhere you don't know where you're going. Now, obviously, the best answer is get a taxi or an Uber or a friend to come get you, but it doesn't always work out that way. So, yes, it legally it can be charged as a DUI, but when you get into the facts of it,
Right.
it doesn't meet the standard of being an unsafe driver, because you don't even have to speculate.
John, and I have one quick question. You only have like 20 seconds to answer, but now that you mentioned a taxi, but now we have Ubers and Lyfts and things like that, and so more people have access to getting rides. Have you seen a slowdown in cases? I know you haven't, because you're the top lawyer in this, but is that helping at all? Real quick.
I've got to believe that. Yeah, I've got to believe yes to some extent.
Okay.
Who knows for sure.
Gotcha.
All right. John Beck, everyone, thank you so much for being on
I hope
LawCall
so.
this evening. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.